admit that you're not happy with the direction of Sony.
Okay, here today we're
Keep
talking
crying,
about
pony.
the Xbox
Uh-oh, here we go
sales
again.
report has just been released that somehow the Xbox console is actually doing worse than last year.
Oh,
now,
really?
Last year was actually record-breakingly bad sales, and now they're down another 60%. Microsoft has officially declared they're about to start pulling out of certain markets.
Are you kidding me? Look at this fool, bro. You PlayStation fanboys are petty. That's like saying Microsoft is going out of business because the Xbox Series ain't doing well in Japan. When has a Microsoft console ever do well in Japan in the first place? That has nothing to do with the success of Microsoft. We're going as far to say that Xbox will reportedly stop selling consoles in the Middle East. I don't even think those people even play video games or even care enough to pick up a video game console, and yet you people is out here using something like this? You PlayStation ponies are desperate.
Now, what that means is that...
Like, you tell me when they start pulling them Xbox consoles out of North America, then you got yourself an argument. But until then, shut up.
Not only is the Xbox not selling, they're about to stop even
I don't even think the PS5 even sells well in the Middle East. I don't think those people care enough to play these consoles, bro. Like, it's so stupid. And what's even more funny, Sony don't even get their money from the Japanese audience. They get it from people that live in Europe and North America. That's where the money's at, bro. Oh, the PlayStation 5 ain't doing well because it's not getting the same amount of sales that it's getting in North America. No. Like, you're choosing one of the most least dominant regions from Microsoft or whoever you want to insert to push this agenda, bro. And you think real gamers are not going to see this?
Them to certain parts of the world. But I want to talk about this because...
See, you don't see Xbox doing this, man. They might parade. They might say, hey, we got Activision. We got all these games. But you don't see Xbox content creators taking something this petty and trying to make it a big deal, bro. You're going as far to say that because Microsoft's pulling consoles out of the Middle East, therefore means that Microsoft's leaving the console business. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Like, I mean, at this point, bro, this is all you ponies got, man. You're looking for the Xbox games. The best thing that can happen to Sony is Microsoft going under because we already know that the PS5 and Sony can't provide you any games. So you got to depend on big old Microsoft to put some games on your platform. Nothing but a bunch of port beggars.
Journalists and gamers are kind of freaking out about these sales numbers because...
Yes, I'm obviously freaking out because the Xbox Series is not doing well in Japan, guys. I mean, I'm sorry. Well, maybe that too. In the Middle East.
They're so bad, they don't even mathematically make sense. But let's take a look at the data. I hope you're having a great day. And if you could, please give this layman opinions. It seems like the data doesn't back this up, but there has been...
It doesn't, because what's so funny about this, you're saying that Astro Bot sales are 34% higher than Sonic Frontiers. Do you understand how long ago that game came out? And Crash 4? You do know that these games came out 2 to 3 years before, right? I believe, right? Why are we using these old platformer games as an example to say, you see, Astro Bot has 34% higher sales than Sonic Frontiers and Crash 4, when those games already came out a long time ago? The fact that it's only 34%, it should be 1,000% higher than those games. Because you know why? Because Astro Bot is a new game. That's why.
Conversation about the fact that as we continue to get more remakes and remasters...
No, you getting more remakes and remasters. On the Xbox community, we eating good. So don't insert or try to include us in this little console war debate you got going on, because we're looking forward to playing new games while all you ponies is doing is looking forward to remasters and remakes. You tell me the last time Microsoft has remastered a game, bruh. Oh, I forgot Microsoft does those for free. I forgot.
DLC for irrelevant games and stuff like that, it feels like less people are buying games. That's kind of the conversation, is that the industry is shrinking, when that's definitely not the case. I mean, really? I've talked about that myself, that it feels like...
So only PS4 is doing it right, but let's act like Nintendo don't exist again.
Good games, but people are clearly still spending. game sales are up 20%. Now, this is actually a pretty big thing. There's actually tens of billions of dollars moving around in the gaming industry. So a 20% increase in sales, that's a very good sign. Now, that's probably because of stuff like Space Marine, the huge success of stuff like Astrobot, even things like God of War Ragnarok.
Bro, how you gonna sit there and use examples from games that came out, 2 years ago? Oh yeah, these games are still doing well, guy. Bro, and you know what's even more funny? You're throwing out games that flopped. Really? Final Fantasy 16? A game that only sold 3 million? And the fact that you guys think that those are good standings, that's not a good standing considering that Square told you that they didn't make no money. Come on, bro. Y'all capping.
See, those both actually boosted the industry sales, but...
So it had nothing to do with Sony. It had more to do with the fact that the game was multi-platform, and therefore they had more sales because PC, as well as PlayStation 5 owners, bought Final Fantasy 16.
Here's the part people are focusing on the most. PS5 console sales are down 17% year on year, which even that seems kind of bad to me. I mean, typically at this point, I feel like you would see console sales speed up because normally 4 years into a life cycle...
No, because nobody wants one. What you don't understand? People are waiting to pick up Grand Theft Auto 6. I can guarantee you when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, the Xbox Series as well as the PS5 are going to have a lot of sales. I can guarantee that.
Either the first or second.
They might as well bundle it with the console with how bad as to what I'm referring to.
Price drop typically since the... It just seems insane to me that if anything, these numbers are getting to the point where it's pretty obvious that Xbox is going to die. That Xbox is pretty much in its last...
You do know that Xbox is also in less regions than PlayStation. You do understand that. I mean, I know a lot of you guys like to cap for that, but Sony dominates in more regions in hardware than Microsoft does. You people know that. The fact that they got 36 million strong hardcore Xbox North American gamers, I mean, I think it's a little bit give or take from everybody else, but I'm just saying the majority, all within a few handful of nations, shows you that there's still quite a big audience for Xbox gamers. And the fact that you're using Astrobot sales for being 34% higher than Sonic Frontiers when that game came out, 2 to 3 years ago, just goes to show you that you people don't have an opinion. Oh, see, people buying games here. Yeah, but you're comparing Astrobot to a game that came out 2 to 3 years ago. Are you serious? Crash 4 and Sonic Frontiers came out, 2 years ago? And we out here using these games as an example when Astrobot is a whole new game? Come on, bro.
Throws.
Come on
now. When I talk about this, people often get upset saying, you're just stirring up console war BS.
Yes, that's exactly what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Metrics, but I think that if you cannot sell a console, you're going to have long-term problems no matter what. Because when it comes to these systems...
But what about selling games?
They do make a lot of money on exclusives, whether it is Sony or Nintendo.
Really? Yeah, because Sony made a lot of money off those exclusives. That's why they put in those games on PC. Sony made a lot of money off Forspoken and Final Fantasy 16 and Rebirth to the point where Square told you they made no money. What do you don't understand, man? And this is why people address the PlayStation fanboy community. This is why nobody cares for you guys, bro. I get it. Oh, why don't you talk about the Airbot dudes? Bruh, listen, I'm not saying that they're not doing the same dumb stuff that you doing, but you people take the cake for being some of the worst group of toxic gamers I've ever seen in this community. I'm sorry. I thought it was Nintendo, but I'm going to have to insert Sony. It is what it is, man. I've seen too many videos like this of you ponies saying the same thing. And yet Xbox is dead. If Xbox is so dead, then why are you still talking about it, bruh? Why are you still talking? If it's dead, then you don't talk about it, right? Just like you don't talk about the Dreamcast, right? Because the system don't exist no more. When something don't exist, you don't talk about it. You just move on to the next greatest thing. We already know Microsoft is single-handedly in your people's brains because this is all you people talk about. You love Microsoft. We know you love them so much that you guys are more willing to pick up a Microsoft-owned game than over a Sony one.
Microsoft, they make a lot of money on exclusives, at least on paper, right? But
no, they make a lot of money off Game Pass Ultimate. Now we're going to sit here and cap it. Bruh, you know what?
Where you actually make the most money is third-party stuff. I mean,
No, you don't. No, you don't. Sony makes money off subscriptions. That's where they make money off you paying for PlayStation Premium. Microsoft gets most of his money if you decide to subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate.
PlayStation 5, Sony takes a direct 30% cut. So if they sell $100 of DLC, the developer gets $70 and Sony gets $30 completely for free. So
that's not how percentages work. You do what?
Why Sony makes just literally billions and billions of dollars every single year.
And Microsoft makes trillions. Go ahead.
Fortnite microtransactions and stuff. Xbox has gotten themselves in this weird spot where, because nobody's buying an Xbox and literally nobody is buying Xbox games, they're not even getting that 30% cut from other people.
Yeah,
Now,
you know why they're not getting that 30% cut? Because they get in the full cut with Game Pass Ultimate, you big dummy. You know, you don't have to buy the game used or wait for the game to be in a bargain bin like most PlayStation 5 exclusives. Microsoft gets your money directly. All that money that they get through their Game Pass Ultimate, the same service that you people keep trying to downplay, goes directly to Microsoft's pockets. See, this is where we don't understand each other, Dreamcast guy. It's so funny that you want to act like you're so knowledgeable about video gaming, but yet you don't even know that.
The reason everybody is just kind of literally shocked is because it just seems like Xbox's big campaign,
Like you guys try so hard to say, well, we don't need an Xbox. Even with all your games going to PC, you still tell people, oh, there's still every reason to want to own a PS5. But how come we can't use the same example for Xbox, bro? It's the hypocrisy of you fanboys, bro. There's games that are skipping your platform too. Like at this point, most people would say, what is the point of even owning a game console? I can get, Xbox and PlayStation games. But you don't hear Pony saying this, because they don't want to be neutral. They just want to sit there and hate on the Xbox platform, but yet they want to port bag for every single Xbox game that they say that has no games. Like what?
Pushing the fact
Please make sense out of
you
this.
don't need an Xbox. Xbox is an idea. Xbox is a brand. Xbox is just this nebulous concept. A TV can be an Xbox. Your phone can be an Xbox. That kind of marketing is not selling systems, and I think now it's completely blowing up in their faces.
You're trying to say that that Netflix and Hulu should all just make their own device and just have one device where it says the Hulu device? No, they make their money because it's on tablets, it's on Amazon Fire, it's on everything. It's on your TV, it's on your Xbox. That's how they're making their money. The more stuff that you do like that, the more money that you're getting. That's why Sony said to you fanboys, oh, we're expanding our gaming division, because they understand the power of expanding your games towards everybody, which means more money in your pockets. See, that's what you people don't understand. You guys live in this false reality that people pick up a PS5 to play my exclusives, and they don't. That's why your games are failing.
Than anybody could have predicted. I thought Xbox would die in about 5 years. They may not last another 2 years, at least.
Nah. You said 6 months, bro. Let's hold you on to that, bro. You said 6 months, and you still keep talking about Xbox. You're going to be... Bro, you must need to pay your rent or something, bro. Like, are you having problems with your roommates? Like, are they telling you to pay some rent? Because I don't understand as to why you got to keep making these videos claiming that the Xbox is dead. But if something was dead, then why are you still talking about it, bro? You talk more about Xbox than your own mama. And we're just going to leave it right there. And you already know what the situation is with that. But instead, let's talk about everybody. Let's talk about what's going wrong here. But yet you don't want to look at all the failures that Sony's doing. But all because you feel that PS5 is outselling the Xbox, that the PlayStation 5 is doing better, I hate to break it to you ponies. It's not. Sony's not making money off those games, man. And now they are making enough money through their subscription service. But once people wise up and start saying to themselves, why am I even paying for PlayStation Plus if I can get all these games for free on the PC and get these games day and date through the Xbox? People are not going to care about Sony. And this is why you guys feel impacted.
Not in the current existence. Like, even if they are selling subscription, like generating some money, you can't deny the fact that a 58% drop in sales is completely bonkers. Everybody is pointing out the fact that it just seems like Xbox.
Oh, wow, that looks like a bunch of scalpers, sculpting up the PS5. Bro, are you guys serious, bro? Are you serious, bro? They don't even have them laid out like that in Best Buy, bro. Y'all are doing too much, man. Y'all are doing too much to say, oh, nobody want the Xbox. They're just not moving, bro. I went to the Target and they got a bunch of PS5s looking just like this, man. And ain't nobody making these stupid type of videos. Like, for real, that's like me going to a Walmart. Hey, look at me, guys. Look at, there's no games on the wall. That means they not stalking them. Or they not, or the pony. Oh, they selling like hotcakes. How, it's so funny. And this is why I'm trying to tell you that you're a fanboy. Because it's so funny. You see something like this, there's a lot of Xbox consoles out there, but they don't sit there and say, oh, well, the Xbox must be doing well if they keep making all these consoles. Only if it's PS5 they would say that. But if PS5 has no games on the shelf, they're like, wow, these games are selling like hotcakes. But when there's a lack of games on the Xbox shelf, oh, look at that. Nobody's buying them. See, I told you this console's terrible. But if there's PS5 games that are shelved up and there's a lot of them, oh, yeah, the PS5 must be doing good because they printing a lot of physical copies. This is all these fanboys do. I'm telling you, I'm breaking it down for you guys. These people ain't nothing but a bunch of fanboys.
One of the biggest problems of them is they have so many different variations. There's different versions.
Oh, really? Different variations, bro. Seriously? Coming from the same guy that got a PS5 fat model, PS5 fat model digital, PS5 slim digital, PS5 detachable disc drive version, and PS5 Pro. And let's not forget the Marvel Spider-Man 2 PlayStation. Oh, you know what? Even got another one. The PS5 Pro 30th anniversary. You want to sit there and talk about how Microsoft got all these different variations of consoles, but yet Sony has the same exact thing.
It's a disc drive and no disc drive.
Are you serious? You see, man, come on, PlayStation guys, man. I understand that you guys don't like Xbox, but this is the reason why people call you out, man. This is why people call you out, bro. Because, I mean, come on, bro. You really out here talking about how Xbox got a disc drive and the other one don't got a disc drive. Bro, PlayStation is doing the same thing. They got a Pro with a disc drive and a Pro without one. But you ain't hating on Sony for that? Come on, bro. I just exposed it.
Tiny version, the Xbox Series S, which has much...
Now we out here talking about tiny consoles. What about the PlayStation 5 Slim? You know what, bro? Like, I swear, I'm about to do the Montgomery Brawl, take my hat and throw it up in the air and be like, you know what? Let's go get them, real gamers. We tired of hearing this, man. Go get the chairs. We're about to turn this into a WWE event.
Worse graphics and no disc drive. And that's why we're starting to see stuff like this. This morning, there was an official press release internally done, but it's been confirmed that Microsoft is going to stop selling consoles in the Middle East and in North Africa. Now, a lot of people have chimed in that live in those territories, places like the UAE and stuff like that, and they've essentially said that the entire Middle East at this point is just owned by PlayStation. If you want to play stuff on Xbox, the entire house of cards has begun to collapse. Now, I wanted to talk about this tweet I saw because I feel like, in a way, this very much succeeds.
That's so funny. So because a console doesn't do well in a certain region, therefore means the system is a failure. Let's talk about how the Sega Master System did far better than the NES in Europe. But you get what I'm saying? Some consoles do better in different regions, and that's perfectly fine. But to say that the console is ceasing to exist because of that, even though there's a huge audience of these Xbox gamers in North America alone, as well as Europe, is ridiculous, bro. The fact that PS5 is dominating in so many different regions, and yet you people still ain't buying games is so asinine to me. How do you have all these regions dominated, but ain't none of these people banded together like Captain America and buy any of your exclusives? Like, I mean, if it's that easy for y'all, then why did Concord fail?
Explains the death of Xbox, in my opinion, which is this idea about how shows keep getting made by Netflix and then pretty much immediately canceled. And this isn't just Netflix; it's also stuff like Disney Plus.
Yeah, just like
hundreds of millions of dollars.
Just like Concord, right?
Acolyte TV show, which I heard some fans liked and a lot of fans really, really hated. But a lot of the stuff making it, and I heard some fans liked and a lot of fans really, really hated. But a lot of the stuff making it and then immediately canceling it, even after you've invested like $500 million into it,
just like Concord,
to instantly cut it. It's very
just like Concord.
Very strange to see. And so this quote came out.
Wow.
Audience.
You see, bro, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna have to end this video. Man, should I keep going? Let's see if he will finally change his decision. Because this is ridiculous.
Or sequels or the latest reboot of a long-running series. I mean, when they do try and do completely new stuff like Concord, it ends up completely blowing up in their faces. But now there's talks about like a God of War remastered saga that's.
And you PlayStation fanboys want to sit there and talk about how you got new games and now here remastering the same games again.
It's not the actual title. And this has people very, very excited. But even then...
so you guys get excited for remasters, but Xbox gamers can't get excited for new games?
What? This is not exactly like a bold new idea, right? This is just another thing that is a safe bet for PlayStation.
Yeah, and I'm tired of these safe bets.
Meal that's not meant to make you feel full. It's not meant to leave you starving. It's just supposed to keep you playing on the platform. I think Microsoft has made a...
Oh, no. Don't point this finger at Microsoft. Address the problem. Because it's so funny that you're acting as if it's a good thing. Oh, Sony's not really, feeding us. They just out here starving us with little remastered breadcrumbs until they finally decided to pull out some games out of their behind. You see this? You see what they be doing? You got Xbox actually out here bringing new games, and you Sony dudes out here defending remasters.
Very big gamble, and it didn't pay off. I have come off a lot against Xbox. I've said a lot of stuff against Xbox, but I have to admit, now that it's all completely imploding, it is strange to imagine what happens next. They bet everything on Game Pass. There's a lot of leaked internal...
And what's so funny about that, you guys have been saying Game Pass is dead, and yet Microsoft continues to add more games to it.
Documents and stuff that came out that Phil Spencer essentially said from the very start, we can only be Game Pass. The whole point is Game Pass. Every trailer should say Game Pass. Every reveal needs to say Game Pass.
Why not?
Make sure that everybody only subscribed to that. Because on paper, the math would have eventually worked if they had 20 million or 50 million or somehow 100 million people all paying $20 a month that could easily fund the next...
That is exactly what's going on.
10 years of game development.
You guys just want to downplay the impacts of Game Pass Ultimate. That's all it is, bro. These are things that are actually going on, but these are things that you can't see through metrics. All you got to do is look at how many people subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate, times it by whatever mathematics you want to do, if it's the lowest tier or the highest one, and there you go. We already know why the game sales for Starfield are low, because why would people buy a game if you could already play it through subscription? So I even talked to PlayStation dudes that are subscribed to Premium, mind you, and I asked them the same question. Would you have bought these exclusive games if they were provided through your PlayStation Premium? And you know what 99% of these people said? They said they would just play it through the subscription service. They would have seen no need to buy the game. So for you guys to say that, Xbox ain't selling games like Starfield, well, it's understandable because people are playing the game through Game Pass Ultimate. What is the problem? I really don't understand how Microsoft has gave gamers a choice, and which is not anti-consumer, to be able to play their games day and date for $20 a month, and you people out here complaining. There's not one period in gaming that anybody would have hated this. These are the same people that went to Blockbuster renting movies and games for $8 for 2 days, and y'all got a problem with Game Pass Ultimate? Are you serious? And not even getting a late fee?
And it just never actually worked out. The numbers matched what they were trying to do, and even now that they're going third party, now that every Xbox game that actually looks good is also coming to PlayStation.
You see, but I thought, like, you could see that this man in his face, bro, you could tell he ain't happy doing this. Paris was right about you, bro. Absolutely right about you, bro. You're grifting, man. Like, this face don't look honest, does it? You can tell by looking at this man's face that he's lying through his teeth, bro. You know deep in your heart what you're saying is not true, bro. Everything Paris said about you was true, bro. I guarantee you probably don't even believe half the stuff you're saying. But like I said, you got to pay your roommates, right?
It just seems like Xbox really, really, really made the biggest bet, and now they have to fold. But I guess we're going to find out what happens next. I've seen a lot of places...
I'm done, bro. Like I said, man, we already knew this dude was going to go back to this Xbox hate propaganda video. like I said, man, if you want to hate Xbox, hate them for legitimate reasons, bro. Like, that's all we telling you ponies, man. You want to take shots at Xbox? Go ahead. But a lot of the times, man, a lot of your opinions are not legitimate, bro. This dude went as far to say, oh, Xbox has a lot of iterations, when people can say the same thing about Sony. With a PS5 Slim, PS5 Digital. I mean, you mocked the Series S. Oh, why they got a small version of this? While proceeding to buy a PlayStation 5 Slim. I don't want to hear it no more, man. But like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.